sorry, but you gotta win that game. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Satsu Media, and today we're going to recap this afternoon's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers as the Phillies lose 5-4 to the Dodgers. They failed to get the sweep completed, but they still managed to win the series. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides a daily video of highlights from the game. So please go and subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. You know, it's hard to complain about a 5-2 West Coast road trip. But I mean, it ended like that. I mean, that's very, very sad. I mean, Corey Knebel with another blown save. And this bullpen is showing signs of last year and 2020 as well. You could just say the past, multiple seasons. So incredibly disappointing. The Dodgers are really getting momentum late in the ball game, and we had plenty of other opportunities to score runs, and we failed to capitalize. So unacceptable. You got Odubel Herrera swinging at a pitch that goes in between his legs. Stuff that they teach you not to do in Little League, and it's a shame because last year he really seemed to make a lot of progress with, that horrible plate discipline that we saw in 2015, 2016, and, years like that. And last year he really seemed to move on from that, but I tell you, in this one, man, I mean, swinging at all these pitches, I mean, not really out of the strike zone, they were way, way out of the strike zone. Odubel Herrera is up there looking like a fool, swinging at it and looking off balance. We just had, multiple opportunities, I mean, throughout this ballgame to score more runs, and we failed to capitalize. And there you go. They come back and haunt us again. So we lose the final game of this 4-game series, because we could have swept the series. We went up 4-0. I'm like, hey, I actually feel pretty good. So we end up losing a game we were once leading 4-0. And I hate losing like this. I understand, yes. We still won the series. We had a nice 5-2 West Coast road trip. You have to win this game. It's just so typical of this team to go out there and have a great first 3 games of this series and end it like that. It's the same thing we've seen over the past few seasons. As I said, it's still hard to complain about a 5-2 West Coast road trip, and you win the series against this Dodger team. I would have been jumping up and down if you would have told me this last week. I just would have been jumping up and down if you would have told me we were going to split. So we do more than what we were supposed to do, but we were just so close to this, really exceeding our expectations, and we were just so close. We were 1 strike away, and Cody Bellinger continues to hurt us, so Corey Knebel absolutely chokes against his former squad in Los Angeles Dodgers. I hate losing like this. There's a big scoring summary here in the top of the 2nd inning. Bryson Stott reaches on a fielding error by Gavin Lux as Gene Segura comes around to score, and the Phillies now lead it 1-0. It looked like Gavin Lux was, going to try to knock it down. It just went right into right field. Segura easily scored on that one. So a 1-0 Philadelphia. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Garrett Stubbs, the backup catcher, who seems to be doing more at the plate and behind the plate than the regular starting catcher. It's a grand rule double on a line drive to right field. I mean, of course, left field and right field at Dodger Stadium, very short walls out there. I mean, probably one of the shortest walls I think I've ever seen. I mean, very close to the short wall in right field at Fenway Park, as Johan Camargo comes around to score, and it's now a 2-0 Phillies lead. So that was Stubbs' 2nd double of the season, so he continues to stay hot. I mean, this guy's been great as the backup catcher. I remember coming out of spring training, really not liking the move at all. I mean, I was really pushing for Marchand before he got hurt for him to be the backup catcher, and Garrett Stubbs has, really exceeded my expectations. Pick it up here in the same inning. This will be the final scoring for the Phillies in this ball game, and this would really prove to be costly as Rhys Hoskins singles a line drive the other way to right field. I love to see him going the other way. A 2 RBI single that scores Bryson Stott and Garrett Stubbs. And the Phillies now lead it 4-0. So, I mean, think about it. At this point, this was the peak of the series right here. I mean, we've won the first 3 games of this 4-game series. And we're going for the sweep here, and we're up 4-0. And the offense is looking good at this point. I mean, this was the best. This is the peak of the game right here. I mean, you just felt so good. You pick it up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mookie Betts homers on a fly ball to left field. And that was his 7th of the season. A solo shot, his 2nd of the series. And the Dodgers get on the board now, 4-1 ball game. So Mookie Betts just continues to kill this Phillies team. He really has hasn't really done anything at all this year. So he always seems to do well when he's playing us, though, for some apparent reason. So now a 4-1 ball game. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Max Muncy singles on a ground ball to right field. Drake Turner comes around to score, and it's now a 4-2 ball game as the Dodgers cut the lead in half. So they were quietly coming back in this ball game. It was only a 4-0 lead. It wasn't like it was like an 8-0 lead, but they were chipping away. They were chipping away, and meanwhile, the Dodgers lineup was chipping away. The Phillies offense was dead silent. After that, Rhys Hoskins, 2 RBI single to right field. Dead silent. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mookie Betts does it again as he doubles on a ground ball to left field. Gavin Lux comes around to score, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. It was Betts' 5th double of the season. I mean, come on, you can't let this guy beat you. I mean, the guy is coming, he's hitting below 250. I mean, you let him get hot against you. I mean, come on, typical of this Phillies team. I just can't stand it. I mean, you have Cody Bellinger, who's been really awful. He's been awful going into this series, and we allow him to get hot. I understand we still won the series. Yes, I know we still won the series, but I mean, like, I've never seen a team allow players to get hot like this. I've never seen it before. The pitching them in this series, terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, it was good last night. First game and second game, not good. Final game, not good. So I've never seen anything like it. Jerry Smealy luckily able to get that ground ball double play. Then we get out of the inning shortly after that. So that really could have been bad, but it didn't matter because we still lost the game anyway. As we pick up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the 9th inning, Roman with a great catch on the first out. Diving out there. We had 2 outs. And nobody on going against Cody Bellinger. Corey Canales allows him to triple down the right field line as the time run was at third, 2 out. And then he walks Chris Taylor on a very borderline pitch. And then there was a pitch on the lower inside part of the plate that was not called. And it was in the zone. You can go take a look at it on PitchCast. In the zone, not called a strike. So there's simply no excuse for that. I mean, of course, another blown call by, the umpires so far this year. I mean, not really didn't matter. It shouldn't have come down to that because we should have taken advantage of the opportunities we had in this game. As Gavin Lux doubles on a line drive to right field. And in that corner, it just seems to really kind of just die out there. It takes the right fielder a long time to get the ball in out there. Bellinger, of course, scored easily. And Chris Taylor able to muscle him. And it's a walk-off double for Gavin Lux. In his 3rd double of the season, and the Dodgers win 5-4. I hate getting walked off against. I hate it. I can't stand it. It happens all the time with this Phillies team. I hate it. It's so bittersweet because, we're so happy that this Phillies team not only had a 5-2 road trip, we were able to win the series against this, the best team in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. But we were so close. We were 1 strike away from sweeping them in a 4-game series, and we failed to do so. It's extremely frustrating how close we were to doing it. And honestly, we should have done it. I mean, I'm just going to say it. We should have swept them. Nice job, Corey Canable. Another blown save for him as this bullpen implodes this afternoon in Los Angeles. It just does. As Rhys Hoskins out of the leadoff spot, collects 1 knock. Was that RBI single to right field. That was our last 2 runs of the ball game right there. And also draws a walk. And Alec Boehm gets straight out of Tool, collects 2 knocks as he continues to stay hot. Kyle Schwarber does go hitless, but he manages to collect 2 walks. So we love out of Kyle Schwarber. So let's remember that. Kyle Schwarber still getting on base. As Bryce Harper not in that 3-hole as he got an ejection in his elbow today. As he got the day off. He gets another day off tomorrow because we get a day off as a team. Then back in action Tuesday night against the San Diego Padres. You know what? I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, he's been burning hot. We got to make sure that he's, staying healthy. I mean, of course, he's not going to be red hot if he's going out there and hurt himself more. Saying you got to take it easy on this guy. I completely understand it. And Nick Castellanos, with a rare performance this afternoon, he's definitely cooling off a little bit. I mean, the average now drops to 279. OPS now drops to 808. So he didn't really have that good of a road trip. Not going to lie. He wasn't terrible in the middle of the road trip, but I mean, he really didn't have that great of a road trip. I mean, he's definitely a much better player at home. That's definitely something we've seen. Gene Segura stays hot, 2 knocks, scoring the run on the air by Gavin Lux. And Jubal Herrera, what in the world, man? I mean, he gets to start out in center field, but what in the world? I mean, I just never seen like it. The pitch goes in between his legs, and he is hacking. He's swinging away, and a ball goes in between his legs. What are you doing? Also, the ball he grounded out on him, and that was arguably ball 4. Really disappointing. As I said, I mean, my dad even said it when it happened. He's like, those kind of, errors like that come back and, can cost you from winning games. And boy, was that really statement of the day. Is it really did, right? I mean, of course, that one would have just tied the game that Chris Taylor scored, and it wouldn't have won it for the Dodgers. Of course, I'm sure we'd have found a way to lose it anyway. But, the point is, you got to clean up those sloppy mistakes. Johan Camargo collects and gets to start at third. As Alcon got the DH today. Really flashed the letter today, man. I mean, a couple nice plays. I mean, that double play, and then, great scoop by Rhys Hoskins, also another ground ball. So Johan Camargo flashing the leather at third. And Bryson Stott was not credited with that running drove in, of course, because it was because of an error. As he did go hitless, I mean, a 135 out. He's just not ready to be up here. He's just not. And, Didi, still sitting on the bench, he's just sitting there. Hopefully, of course, next year we're not going to have to see him sitting there. Goodbye, Didi. And Garrett Stubbs, 2 knocks. As the backup catcher, also draws a walk. I mean, he's hitting 350 with a 959 OPS. I guarantee you, JT Muto wouldn't have given you this today. I hate to knock the former BCIB, but Garrett Stubbs definitely showed up today. And honestly, I hate to say this, but Garrett, of course, he's going to go back down to earth. He's not this good, but if he continues to produce, at this sort of level, I mean, do you play him a little bit more often? I hate to say this, but I mean, you gotta kind of float the idea around a little bit. Aaron Nola, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, also earned 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. Unacceptable to waste a start like this. I mean, that fastball, which I'm not even really a big fan of, looked so good today. It had so much movement on it. And his stuff just looked great. Honestly, I think of the fastball as kind of like the secondary for him. But the curveball, looked great. The changeup, really seemed to generate a lot of swings and misses as well. So Aaron Nola with a fantastic start today. I mean, 8 Ks. Through 7 innings. Seems like whenever he goes out there and pitches his butt off, we find a way to lose. Happens all the time. Jeurys Familia with that rough inning there in the bottom of the 8th inning. He got lucky, man. I thought we were going to blow it there. And we're somehow able to get out of it, just allowing 1 run. And Corey Knebel's ERA now jumps to 3.60. And honestly, I've had kind of a bad taste in my mouth about Corey Knebel since the 8-7 loss against the Mets, a couple weeks ago. Hector Neris on the Houston Astros with the ERA, 0.64. It's like, oh, of course he leaves us. I mean, I always liked Hector as a setup man, but, not as a closer. But, I mean, Corey Knebel, what a choker this afternoon. 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, and 1 walk. I mean, granted, he didn't get a lot of help back there, but he collected the first 2 outs. First of all, the first out, honestly, was just lucky. The Mets do lose the series to the Seattle Mariners, which is great, as the Phillies do, gain some ground in the standings over this past, road trip, the 5-2 road trip. But to end it like this loss hurts. I'm not going to lie. We were just this close. To having this outstanding sweep of the LA Dodgers. We were 1 strike away, and we choked. So Corey Knebel, very, very disappointing. And possibly, do you see Brad Hand getting some opportunities in the closer spot? I think maybe that's something that maybe you see. And of course, one's righty, one's lefty. But it just, oh my gosh. I mean, hopefully he can rebound, but I still really like Corey Knebel a lot, but it's just been so disappointing. Seth Clevenger on the mound, 6:45, Padres Tuesday. He's not with winner-loss this year. He's at 5 ERA to be determined for the Phils. Blake Snell, game 2, he is not with winner-loss this year. Going in Zach Lear, 1-3 with a 4.26 ERA. Also at 6:45 the Thursday finale, I'll be there. 1:05 the first pitch. Yu Darvish 3-1 with a 4.62 ERA. Going against Kyle Gibson, 3-1 with a 4.10 ERA. So 3-game series, off day tomorrow, much needed off day. Of course, it was a good West Coast road trip, but definitely a long one. A lot of late nights. So I had to get up at 5 in the morning to do videos. It's just, it's a lot, it's a lot. I love every minute of it. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please don't engage your bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media, link description section at Phillies Media, Instagram, if you're on Twitter at Beyonce Media. Card text 267-225-392. Email me, philliesmedia@gmail.com. Off day tomorrow. 3-game set against San Diego. Clevenger going against 2 be determined for the Phils. I'm looking up talk later. Let's go Phils. I'll see you guys.